there. So this video is about the Milab experience and how it relates to, you know, a lot of the Hollywood movies out there are disclosing a lot of stuff, but it's all being compartmentalized. You know, it's being shown, but it's, you know, it's compartmentalized, so the whole big picture isn't able to be put together. Because if it was put together, that person who put together the big picture would understand what was really going on. And just some of the movies that I've been seeing lately and that I've seen that have enlightened me to obviously people knowing of things and putting them in movies, putting concepts in movies to, you know, help people get ready for things that are about to be revealed. It's just in the movie The Edge of Tomorrow, the movie is obviously about, you know, the human race is taken over by an alien threat in the future, and you know, they obviously are fighting a war against that race, which in that movie it's called the Mimics, and they have the ability, obviously, to control time and reset the day. And I felt that, you know, that when I saw that, I kind of you know, resonated with me, because I realized that that is what, you know, here we go again. That's what, you know, they know how to do, is control time, and that's what they've been doing. And in that movie, it's perfectly seen how they can reset the day, and that's how they keep everyone in the Matrix. That's about as close as it will get without landing, though. And these people are aware of it. They're looking at it and they're just like, what's going on? But they don't know. They do not know. But I do. So, and the, you know, the alien race has the ability to control time and reset the day, and that way they're always able to know how to you know, what the humans are going to do, and because they don't know that that's happening. And obviously one person wakes up to what's happening, and that's Tom Cruise. And I just know that a lot of these actors and stuff, you know, and directors, they know what's going on, but they've decided that they're going to keep it a secret and not tell anybody. And you know, choose a side, you know, choose the dark side of keeping knowledge a secret, and for power, you know, because I know Tom Cruise knows some shit because he's in Scientology, and, you know, obviously they had some secrets that they had, but you know, that made people feel privileged and stuff. But that's it's not going to be secret for too long, much longer. But in that movie, he obviously wakes up to what's going on. Things are happening over and over again. And, you know, he keeps on dying and then being reborn again to live the same day over and over again until he actually finds out how to progress further, you know. And, of course, he is, you know, having to find out different ways of doing things to, you know, make it further to the goal of getting to what he has seen. He has to, you know, basically take out to win the war. And he basically, you know, he's waking up, he's doing everything he can to, you know, to basically get to what he has seen in his dreams, because he develops the ability that they have, which is obviously psychic ability. And he then he just basically has no other choice but to keep on going over and over again until he actually gets to the point to where they're not reliving the same day over and again. And that can, if you're talking about like an extraterrestrial war, a transdimensional, interstellar extraterrestrial war, you know, you can understand that would be the kind of thing that would be being fought over, are those kind of things, and not like wars going on in Syria and stuff. It's fought over obviously a little different things. And so he, you know, in the beginning, he's just, you know, he's not anything. He's scared, he's untrained, unskilled, you know, he doesn't know what to do. But by the end, he goes through it so many times that he is just a savage machine, and he's just able to he learns skills and he learns things, and he just becomes a absolute like super soldier. And basically, because he has to win the war, because he has the ability to be able to help to do that. And that just goes hand in hand with my experience as a Milab, because that's what is going on here with the corporations and the forces that are trying to do the same thing with this Earth, is keeping it in a time loop. And that's what Monarch has been involved in, and these corporations and factions that are obviously involved with keeping humanity enslaved. And they do that with different things, you know, like CERN and all kinds of weapons and technology, and they are doing that. But the thing is that there is a covert war going on. And what I found out about my Milab involvement is for Kruger, who is another corporation from Monarch. They have a different agenda than Monarch, and what I've been finding out is that they do not kill unless it is completely necessary. And you know, basically they are involved with stealing, you know, with their super soldiers. They are involved with stealing Monarch's parts, and with who is in league with the Cabal, and they steal their parts and sabotage their technology. And I am involved in that. And just for instance, one mission that I have been told that I have been involved in was sending a runner to Boston, where they had to retrieve a part from a car, you know, a car trunk, you know, in a car trunk. And the girl that I sent there was retrieved the part, and of course it was not of this world. And you know, I was told that that was just one of the missions that I recall for that. And so there is things going on for things to be moved forward, because everybody thinks since 2012 is gone that nothing is going to happen, which is the biggest mistake that could be you know, made. Because the truth is that there was so much going on at that time, you know, and it had been prophesied, but it did get pushed back, or actually you know, yeah, it got pushed back, because you know, there does have to be certain things done to certain, you know, entities and factions for other things to happen. and that has been going on behind the scenes. And just to kind of explain the war, uh, you know, uh, Edge of Tomorrow can definitely be seen as a way to see that. And it just kind of goes into it's all tied together and connects, because in the movie, in Valerian, in the new movie that came out, that's another movie that's just hitting on Milabs and super soldiers and secret space programs. And when I saw that, I was just like, oh my god, I'm like, this is just right up in front with everything. And it just, in the beginning, it just shows how basically, the galaxy, the universe is living in peace, and then there obviously comes a threat from outside of it that just is a threat, and it's needing to be taken care of. And if it is not taken care of, then that threat will consume everything, and there will be obviously death and not life. So it is happening. And in that movie, you can see just in the beginning, they're on a planet where they have to there's a thing going on where there's people, and they're getting let into this like fake world where they put on glasses, and they and they go into this fake world where it's like they're in another dimension where there's they have to put on the glasses, but there's things going on, and stores and entertainment and all this stuff. But when they're not adding the glasses, it's just like they're walking around in a big, huge containment arena, which can be perfectly seen as a gel, which is exactly what this planet is. They're showing right there is because we're showing all this stuff of these entertainment, friends, vacations, money, wealth. And that creates this this virtual reality in our consciousness, that's what we see, or we dream, or we want, and that's what they showed on that. But really, it was just they were walking around, and they were in an illusion. So that was I found that interesting. And basically, Valerian, he has to go into that dimension where they are operating in, which is obviously in a lower dimension, and he has to have a device to get in and operate there. And he does it, and he fulfills the mission and with his team, and that's exactly what goes on in the secret space program. And to fulfill the missions along the lines of what are being shown in that movie. And it is there's and it's just every movie has a little bit of disclosure in it, and or actually a lot, or whatever, because what's secret is hidden, but what is hidden can be shown in plain sight, and so it can remain secret. And that's what's being done on this world to get the world ready for the disclosure that's happening. And I was going to talk about Ender's Game, but I already talked about Ender's Game. But there's more to Ender's Game, and that's the Milab program and training of children to defend against an alien threat. But I have to end this because it's been 15 minutes, so till next time.